How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for the premium expansion map called Zielonka. And normally I would read the description from the mod hub, but there isn't much of one, but I'll go ahead and read what it says. It says, new map Zielonka. Our new map, inspired by Central European regions, is built on rich soil, perfect for putting down roots of new crops and businesses. Now, based on some of the signage and translating it in Google Translate, it all says that it's in Polish. So I'm going to presume that this is a Polish map, which is awesome. Well, where do you start and what does the map look like? It looks like this. You start almost dead center of the map, and you start out by owning farmlands number 45 and 46. Again, right in the center of the map. Let's see, you cannot buy all areas of the map, and it's actually really cheap to expand out because a lot of these fields are very, very small. 9,500, 13,000. Got this little one here, 10,000, 9,000, 11,900, almost 12,000. I mean, even the biggest field here, 157,000. You've got, yeah, that's pretty much the biggest field right there. You got this one here, it's 143,000. I mean, it's really not that expensive to expand out, but the fields you have aren't that large, so it's going to take you a while, because of not having a lot of product to work with. Let's see, we start out with animal pens. We have a chicken barn. You've got contracts available on this map, no production chains to start out with, and there are collectibles, 50 of them to be precise. Now, normally I'll go through the mods specific to this map. Well, this map is pretty much mod specific, period, because it's the expansion. But we'll go through and see what we see. So normally we start with the buy menu. So we'll start there. And how we see it is we look at the mods and DLC tile. You'll see premium expansion. And we get all the new bells and whistles that come with this map. So you got the pickup 1984, you've got the Selec here, Zador tractor, Fiat tractors, got a couple of grass care equipment with the Smaz, you got the wind tedder here, a couple of Gornek weeders, got a brand new Farm Tech big trailer, manure spreader, got a seeder here, another seeder. Is that? No, I'm sorry, that's a cultivator. Disc Carol, yeah. Sorry about that. Got another cultivator, another seeder. Just keep on going. And now we start to get into the new root crops that are available on this map, which is really cool. You got a lot of stuff going on with the new crops on this system, on this map. But you can see those crops here. We got red beets, carrots, and parsnips. Oh, and you know what? Forgot to mention. What do you have in fields, farmlands 45 and 46? Well, 45 is your starting farm and an empty field, and 46 is your wheat field, and that is ready to harvest. And now continuing on with the mod specific to this map, we take a look at the build menu now. We go under sheds, we scroll all the way to the right, we've got a whole bunch of sheds that are available. Nothing under silos, nothing under silo extensions, containers, tools, but under farmhouses, we do have 3 new farmhouses. Then under productions, we take a look under factories, scroll to the right, we have several brand new productions. Some of them are what we're used to seeing. The bakery, it's just putting out bread and cakes like we're used to. It's just a different skin to the building kind of thing. But we do have some here, like the potato processing plant. That is brand new. We've got the preserved food factory, that is also new, and the soup factory, which is awesome. New productions straight away. We also have under selling points the piano manufacturer, again very cool. Let's see, greenhouses nothing, orchards nothing, and generators nothing. Under animals, nothing under cows, nothing under horses, but under pigs we do have a shed for pigs here. Nothing for sheep, but we do have a couple of chickens here. Nothing for bees and nothing for others. Under decorations, scrolling all the way right to the fences, we have several new fences. Actually, quite a few new fences. Quite a few indeed. And then also some lights and others. And then lastly, under landscaping, we have several textures here for paint swatches. We have trees, As you can see, all the platinum expansions, or I'm sorry, premium expansions, and then also plants. So we got quite a bit in the specific to this map, but it should kind of expand out to other maps because you can use the premium expansion for other maps as well. It's not limited to just this map. Let's see. So we start here at the starting farm, which means we can take a look at our starting equipment. So looking, whoops, there we go. Looking under our owned items, under medium tractors, we start out with the Fiat 16090 DT and the Zador Crystal 16045. Under harvesters, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H cars, the new Lizard Pickup 1984. Trailers, we have the Klaas Carrot 140 TD and the Welger DK 115. Header for the Deutz-Fahr. We have the Vegetable Technology, which is a whole new category now. We have the Daywolf P3K Profi, which is the harvester for the root crops, the new root crops. As you can see, the red beets, parsnips, and carrots. And then we also have the new planter for the new root crops, the Kverneland Mini Air Nova Rigid. Then under disc harrows, we have the Unia Aries XL. Seeders, we have the Nordstein HK25 and S3030. Weeders, the Gornek Polar 450. Under header trailers, we have the Deutz-Fahr Topliner trailer. Weights, we have the 10-Winkle Pack 750. And miscellaneous, we have the WIFO P46B, which is a pallet, 3-point pallet lifter. And that is it for that. So let's take a look at the farm. Over here, we have a sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Actually, let me click on this first. There we go. And second, over here, we have a chicken coop where we have 11 out of 20 chickens and a silo. That's it. That's your starting farm. It's not that, not much at all. We're going to hop into a new truck here. Ooh, that's brutal sounding when you first fire it up. Now, I will say, be very, very careful with this truck. It is shaped in such a way that if you're not careful, you hit a bump at speed, you will flip over. I've turtled this thing at least 3 or 4 times just going around the map trying to find things. So here we have our shop trigger. Hop back in. And our repair trigger. Now you saw the deer running around here, and if you keep an eye out, you will occasionally, like way in the distance over there, you'll see the storks flying overhead. So just like the deer, they just kind of roam around, which is really nice. And they have little roosts and stuff up in power lines and all sorts of different places. Oh, now see? Barely was going anywhere, and all of a sudden I'm two-wheeling it. Be careful with this truck. It is very squirrely. Alright, and over here we have the animal dealer sell point, and straight ahead come on, there we go, the animal dealer. Now you can come to the animal dealer to purchase your animals. Obviously you can use this icon here or icons that you have established at your pens and pastures that you already own and have placed down. If you purchase from this location or the pens and pastures directly, you will incur an additional fee that is associated to a delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and delivering them to your pens and pastures for you. Now, you can avoid this fee by coming to this location with an animal trailer that you either own or lease. You can load into the animal trailer and then transport the animals from this location to the pens and pasture yourself, and you will save on that delivery fee. Now, to give you an example, cows, adult cows, will cost $100 per cow, so it can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. So now head off in this direction. head over. Oh, you can see a stork right there. I thought it was flying towards me, not away from me. Let's see if I can get up under him. There it is. Very cool. Alright. Now here we have farm number 2. We take a look at the map and see where we've been and what we've seen so far. We started here at the main farm. We saw the sleep and wardrobe trigger, the the chicken barn, and the silo. Came across the street and saw the shop trigger and repair trigger. Came up this side street here, saw the animal dealer sell point and the animal dealer, and then came out to here to farmland number 7. If we purchase this for $238,233, you'll see new triggers pop up. And all these are now here. So we come around this side. We open. Nope. There we go. Sleep trigger right here. Wardrobe trigger there. Oh, we come on through this side. I see. Silo right here. And another chicken barn. Tucked around the back right here. And just like the previous one, food here, eggs here. Even though I didn't say the previous one, that's just same barn, same concept. Now we gotta turn around and head back the way we came. Oh, another stork. Now over here, we have our first production specific to this map. You have the preserved food factory. For $110,000 you can purchase this, and we will go ahead and purchase. And you'll see preserved food carrots, parsnips, and beetroots. So you can take your carrots, parsnips, and beetroots and turn it into preserves. So it's a simple recipe, 100 to 60. So you are losing a bit. That's kind of a bummer, but you don't need water, you don't need other ingredients, you just need the main basic products. You have your input here and your output. You know what that reminds me? I don't recall seeing an output for this one. Where is the output? Huh. Oh, there it is. I must have walked right past it. Alright, so tucked around the backside is where it's at. We'll go ahead and drive back there. Yeah, I just must have drove right past and didn't realize it. That's alright. And now right across the street is the carpentry. This is just a normal carpentry, nothing special. You can purchase it for $60,000. You have your input right here with the wood cell trigger right here, and output here. Oops. Not trying to smash into things. So continuing down south a little ways. Now, tucked away over here is the bakery. You can purchase this for $50,000. Got your inputs here and your outputs right here. Continuing down the street. To the right, we have the supermarket. Right there, sell point. And then off to the left, this is actually rather interesting. So similar to the Platinum expansion, where we had the roller coaster and the boat building, specifically the boat building is probably more up to speed on this one. This is the piano manufacturer. So what you do is you come over to this location and you bring planks, and you can see 0% down to the bottom right hand corner. No planks are already here. But what you have to do is you you supply planks and it will build a piano, and after a certain amount of time and progress is made, it'll eventually sell that piano off and you make profit from the planks that you supply it. Now you can purchase this for $140,000, and it's takes a while, but it will pay out pretty decent over time, especially for the cost that you would pay or get for your planks. So if you got the time and patience to wait for it, it's definitely worth it. Let's see, we keep going south here a little ways. Here we go. Make a left here. Down here, whoops. Alright, and tucked away over here, we have the Spinnery, but this is just a sell point. There is no ability to purchase this and turn it into a production or anything like that, as far as I can tell. At least it's just a sell point. If we look at the map, so we were here at farm number 2, came all the way back over here to Preserve Food Factory, up to the carpentry, down to the bakery, the supermarket, and the piano manufacturer, down, up and around underneath this little overpass here, and then all the way out to here. Now you can see the Spinnery has this symbol here that normally denotes a sell point, as you can see by the piano manufacturer and the supermarket. The productions are normally this, the little conveyor belt with the boxes moving forward. So yeah, it's just a sell point, and you can't purchase the land here, so there's really nothing you can do about even making it into a production, even though if we take a look at the productions and specific to this map or to this expansion, you have the Spinnery that is an actual production. It's the same exact model. It's nothing different. It's just they didn't make it into a production for some reason, and you can't sell it because you can't buy the land. So it's kind of a bummer. You can't really do much with it other than use it for selling your product, but it is what it is. But right next door to it is kind of a cool little feature. So nothing in particular about this other than it's just something cool. I'll just hop the fence. You got a little soccer field or a football field, but you can walk up to it and you can pass, or you can shoot. So you can come on here and multiplayer, have a bunch of people just coming over and playing soccer, but the cool thing is look, it actually keeps score, and you can reset the score. Reset football field. So check it out. Go back to the soccer ball, kick, and kick. And look at that. 1-to-1. That's cool. It's just it's a silly little feature, but it's just that little bit of immersion. And again, it's one of those, anybody who watches the channel and listens to me on a regular basis knows details are king when it comes to maps. So we're going to head back over this way. And then over here. All right. Now to my left we have the gas station, and then around the back side is the electrical charge station right there. And then let's see. Easy. Over here we have the farmers market sell point right there. And then easy, there we go. Truck is a little squirrely at times. And here we have the soup factory. Soup, soup, soup. $135,000 for the soup factory. Purchase that. You can see triple soup, carrot soup, parsnip soup, red beet soup, and potato soup. So you got all these different ones. And as best as I can tell, this is supposed to be kind of like a vegetable soup, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me. But we have our output there and our input right here. And now we're going to continue to head south. Now, similar to the, oops, I missed my turn. Similar to the spinnery, right back here, we have a sell point for the dairy right there. Now, again, this is a production here, dairy. You can see. Same exact model, no different whatsoever, but this one that I have moving around is an actual production point. This one's just a sell point. For some reason, I don't know why, but that's just the way they decided to do it. Now, let's see if I remember correctly. Is it this direction we want to go in? Yes. So if we keep driving in this direction, coming up on my right is the biomass heating plant right there. We've got the cell point trigger there with the wood cell trigger right beside it. And then coming down here, we have farm number 3. When we go to the map and see where we've been and what we've seen so far, we were here at the spinnery, came back out to the main road, under the overpass, out to here, down, saw the gas station and the electrical charging station, came out to the farmer's market and then to the soup factory, down to the dairy, and then out to here for the biomass heating plant, and now taking a look at farmland number 90 for $214,306. We'll purchase that and see, again, we've got a farmhouse trigger right here for sleep, wardrobe. Sleep is tucked around the backside over here. Silo right there. And another chicken coop, room for 20 chickens. So all 3 farms are pretty much the same, and they are, all chickens, all silos, and all houses. I mean, that's pretty much what they got. Let's see. No. Where am I going? That's right, I need to go this way. And somehow I missed this in my notes, but that's okay. So tucked away right over here, this is the potato processing plant for $120,000. You can purchase this, and we will. We have potato chips that we can make here. So we just need potatoes, bases. I mean, that sounds about obvious, but we need sunflower oil, canola oil, and olive oil. So pretty much we can make all of the potato chips just using the 3 different oils that we're used to being able to produce, which is awesome. We don't need a specific one or a combination of them or anything like that. It's just have some kind of oil and potatoes and you can make chips. Output here and input here. And now we need to backtrack just a ways. We'll turn here. We're going to follow this road to the main road just straight ahead. And then tucked away in here, whoa, easy, is the grain mill. But again, this is just a sell point. This isn't a place for you to produce flour. It's just a sell point. Ooh, this truck is brutal sometimes. It's got such a triangle frame from the box, or from the cabin to the bed of the truck, that if you flip this over, it's almost impossible to get it right side up again. The moment it starts to flip and you get it on its roof, you're likely not getting it off again. Oh hey, there's one of the storks right there, the little roost, the nest. I think I saw one in there. Yeah, there is. Very cool. Heading down south. And tucked away down here is the debris crusher. Oops, let's not run into everything. There we go. Now we continue ahead to the north. Now coming up here, we have a rent train trigger right there. And the train silo. You have your input for the silo and output, but you also have the input and output for the train right here. Now we keep heading north. We just follow this road along. And coming up here, we want to make a right. Over the train tracks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Rent train trigger right down there at the end of the platform. And over here, we have the last point of interest. The Sawmill for $120,000. You can purchase this. And this one we will. We have our input right over here with the wood cell trigger there. And did I skip over where the output was? Oh, right here. There it is. Output right there. Now, the reason I bought this is right now, because it's all I have loaded is the premium expansion. I don't have the platinum edition or anything like that, which I haven't confirmed if it will change anything, but it only produces planks. But normally, a sawmill would produce byproduct of wood chips. This one doesn't. I thought that was just kind of odd and kind of specific. So I wanted to show this just to show that no wood chips are being produced with this. So that's kind of a bummer, but I mean, it is what it is. But that is it. That is Zielonka by Giants. Now it is time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5. Oh, and the train's just getting ready to pass. It's a nice little train. Anyways, time to render my opinion, let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as normal. And here's the thing, is 0 to 5 scale is my standard. That's what I give for every single map tour regardless. But Because this is a giant map, a map that is made by the manufacturer of the game itself, I feel like I need to be a little bit firmer as to what I think of this map. And not firmer, just more harshly rated, like more critical of it. And the reason I say that is because this is the manufacturer of the game. This is Giant Software. This is, you know, they made everything that you see here, kind of thing. The entire game, everything. They have access to every little nook and cranny of the code, the whole 9 yards. To where a map maker can only do what they can do with the resources that they're given. They can kind of work in between certain things to kind of expand and contract and all that stuff, but they can't really do much about the gameplay itself like Giants can. So what do I think of this map? Well, I think the color palette's nice. It's very muted. There's very little in the way of kind of colors outside of things that would by its very nature be okay to see. Colors like the buildings you can see has kind of that Art Deco kind of look to it, mural kind of style. You got just all sorts of different colors from the buildings, but you're not seeing tons of colors from like the trees or the plants or anything like that. So it's very muted in that sense, but it's very much a map that I feel is just very limited. I don't feel like there's much going on this map, and that it was very heavily relied on the tools and equipment to kind of build and flush out this map. So the new parsnips, red beets, and carrots were like the staples, and everything was kind of built around that, which I feel like the map is kind of lacking as a result. The fields are very much square, very worker friendly, so they're not very interesting to look at, necessarily. It's just, there's a lot that I like about this map, but there's a lot that I don't like about it. The kind of general flatness, there's a small undulation throughout the landscape, but not enough to really kind of break up the sightlines. You get huge expanses of openness that just seems kind of large, but because of the road network and how narrow everything can be, you really are not going to be able to make anything larger. And just like any other Giants map, you can't really expand too well on this map because there's so many areas that you can't purchase and can't do anything with. So it's just one of those where when everything's kind of said and done and you're really kind of getting into the nuts and bolts of playing the game, it just kind of leaves you wanting more. It just makes it to where you really don't, I don't know. It just seems simple. Like, I guess is probably the best way I can put it. You got the square fields, very worker friendly. It's just not, doesn't seem like that it's that challenging or that it's that complex. It just seems simple. It seems basic. Now there are, again, tons of features I like. I love these little creek beds that run across the map. You've got all these that look like they're kind of dried up, and maybe they'll expand during certain times of the year. Get a little deeper with water as the year progresses, kind of thing. That's just speculation. I don't know that for fact. But I mean, you've got some really pretty areas out to the west there. You've got the water structure, the kind of river on the west side of the map. I'm sorry, east side of the map. And over there is really, 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 really pretty. You've got a lot of, let me see if I can get over this without wrecking the truck. You got this kind of whole forestry area that just looks very, very nice. You've got kind of the creek and river system. You can't get out, too much further. And, that's because they kind of block you from getting out there. But it's one of the, whoops. Yeah, so like I said, they kind of block you from getting out here. But I mean, this is really nice. This kind of marshy, water creek area, river area, lake. Yeah, river. It just, yeah, it's very nice, and the sound is really nice. The kind of frogs croaking, and the, I guess there's areas on this map that are nice, but the actual gameplay area, the area where you're gonna spend the most time in, just doesn't seem like there's much there in the way of um, creativity, I guess is the best way I can put it. And like I said, the only reason I'm being so kind of critical is because this is a Giants map. This is one that, the manufacturer of the game. And like I said, look at this. It's just very basic squared off fields. Very little in the way of undulations. There's very little features other than like these kind of creeks and whatnot. You got a little bit of forestry area. I mean, it's really relying heavily on the kind of production areas and what production areas they give you, which again, that's something else too, is they've got production areas where it's replaced by a sell point, which to me makes it feel a lot like Sosnovka, where there's so many of the production buildings that could be productions, but they're sell points. They're not actual productions. So it's just one of those where it just seems like that's an opportunity lost, and it's specifically lost because you can't do anything with the farmland after the fact. You can't purchase it, rip it down, delete it, and put in a new one. You have to live with whatever they gave you, kind of thing. Because you can see, looking at the map, there's a huge area of not purchasable area. Look at all this. This is a massive chunk of the map that you can't do anything with. That's the area where the spinnery is. You can't do anything by purchasing that. The dairy right here, can't do anything with that. You've got all this area here that you can't do anything with. You got a little forestry area here, a little farm and forestry area here, tons of forestry area off to the side here. But again, it's just so much of this map that just cannot be utilized, which means that whatever kind of expanding that you're doing is based on the forestry areas that you update, or by combining fields and destroying them. That's really your only options. And that's my biggest issue with Giants maps, is that you really lose out on the ability of making it your own. You can't really do much about it. It retains too much of the original feel, even if you are able to kind of expand out and do things with the map. So at the end of the day, what would I give this? I'd probably give this a 3. When everything's said and done, I like the features that it brought in. I like the parsnips, I like the carrots, and I like the red beets. I like the equipment. I like all that stuff, but as the map, the actual map itself and the features on here, the piano production, I like that. And I like the ability of actually using that piano production elsewhere. Again, under sell points, you have the piano manufacturer right here. It just takes wood planks. That's it. That's awesome. I like being able to do that. But again, it just seems like something's missing. Something is not here to make me feel like this is something like worth playing. So all that said and done, I'd probably give this, like I said, probably around a 2.5, 3, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm just not overly impressed with the map itself. Like I said, there's a lot of things that are cool about it that are actually nice, just not enough to really make me want to heavily invest time into, which is sad. I mean, for this being what I presume is the last map from Giants for FS22, was hoping that they would really kind of go off with a bang, and this one I kind of feel missed that, and I'm sad. I'm saddened by that, but it is what it is, But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.